Hey guys, it's Mrs. Weiser. Today's video is going to teach you this goal. Being given a percent, I can find discount, sale price, sales tax, and total cost of an item. And we're going to use all of our knowledge from last week about using a percent proportion to do this today. So the first thing I want to do is go over some basic vocabulary. The first thing being the word original price. What is the original price of an item? That's the price of an item before the discount or the sale. For example, the ad that we're looking at here for a KitchenAid mixer, it's kind of hard to see, but right here it says what the price was before the sale. That's the original price of the mixer. Another word we need to know is what a discount is. You might be asked to find a discount sometimes. That is the amount of money you get off of the price of an item. So it's almost like the money we save. It's the money that we're not going to pay for the item. So we're looking here at an iPad. In this ad, it says save $100 on the iPad. That's the discount. That's the amount of money that I am not going to have to pay for that iPad, or the amount of money that I am saving. The last thing we should know is what the sale price is of an item. And a lot of times you're going to be asked to find a sale price and even compare sale prices. And that is the price of an item after a discount. So we're looking at a Samsung Galaxy here, and I can see it says $299.99. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see the words after savings. That's the sale price of that Samsung Galaxy. It looks like getting $100 is the discount. So after that money is taken off of that, I am going to pay $299.99. Sale price is kind of what we pay after a discount. So lastly, we need to talk about how do you find a sale price? Well, when we're given the original price, so I'm looking at this ad of an iPad here, I can see down here it tells me the regular price is $399.99. I take that and I subtract the discount. It tells me here in the ad, right there's that discount that you're going to save $100 on the iPad. So I'm going to take that $100 off of the original price. So if I subtract $100 from $399.99, I'll get $299.99. That's how much money I would pay for the iPad. That is the sale price. And you can see right here it tells you $299.99 each after the $100 savings. Now this seems really easy, and you might wonder, well, what does this have anything to do with percents? Because a lot of the times the problems are not going to give you this nice amount of the discount. They're going to give you the percentage of the discount. And you've probably seen that when you're out shopping, that it says 40% off, okay? Well, you got to figure out what 40% is of that item so that you know how much money you get to take off of the price. So let's go to an example. Okay, example 1. A necklace is on sale for 40% off the original price. The original price of the necklace is $168.50. What is the sale price of the necklace? So we're going to get 40% of the price, which is $168.50. We get to take whatever 40% is of that, we get to take that off the price. So the first thing we got to figure out, well, what is 40% of $168.50? We have actually practiced this. You have found percents of a number. We had you set up a proportion to do that. So that's what we're going to do. So if we think about 40%, that would be 40 out of 100, which means if something cost $100, I would get $40 off of that $100 item. Unfortunately, this isn't $100, it's $168.50. And I want to know, well, what out of that is 40%? All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply here to solve. So we're going to go 40 times $168.50. And that is 6740. Okay. So we know 100 times x is also going to be 6740. So I'm going to take that cross product, divide by 100 to get that missing number. When I do, I get 67.4, which is $67.40. Now, very, very important, you should know what this number is, okay? Because sometimes the question will ask for this number. This is the discount. This is not how much the necklace cost. That would, man, be an awesome price if you only paid $67 when it was $100 and something. So that is what we're getting off of the price for the necklace. That's not what we're going to pay for the necklace. That's the discount, what we don't have to pay. So to find sale price, remember you take the original price, so $168.50, and you subtract the discount. And when we do that, we get $101.10. And that's my answer. That is the sale price of the necklace. So taxes and tips are different. The discount got subtracted from the price. Taxes and tips get added to the price of an item or even a service if we're tipping. So the first thing we're looking at here is a receipt from dinner. Okay, my dinner cost $43.76. Here is the tip, okay? I'm paying a certain percentage of my dinner, and we add that together to get our total. Here's how much we're going to have to pay the waitress. The second thing you're looking at is a sales receipt from Home Depot, okay? Here is the total amount of money that they spent at Home Depot. And on everything we buy, we have to pay sales tax. And that gets added to our total. So at the bottom, you're seeing the total amount of money they spent at Home Depot, including the tax. Okay, so let's try an example with sales tax. It says Bill bought a CD priced at $18. The sales tax rate is 6%. How much money will Bill pay for the CD? So to figure out how much tax I have to pay, my tax is going to be 6% of whatever it is I'm buying. I'm buying the CD, and that costs $18. So I have to find out what is 6% of $18, and that's how much tax I have to pay. Well, again, we have found percents of a number from last week. You are going to set up a proportion to do this. So 6% would be 6 out of 100, which means if I bought something for $100, I would have to pay $6 of sales tax. Well, this CD is not $100, it's $18. And I want to know, well, what out of 18 is like 6% or is like 6 out of 100? All right, so let's use cross products to solve here. We're going to do 6 times 18. And we get 108. So if 6 times 18 is 108, 100 times whatever x is also 108. So I'm going to take 108 and divide by 100 to get x. And when I do that, I get 1.08. So $1.08 is what I have to pay as my tax. And that's important that you know what that number is, because sometimes all they'll ask for is tax. But this problem asked, how much money will Bill pay for the CD? Well, we talked about taxes get added to the price. So we have to add $18, the price of the CD, and the tax together. And we get a total of $19.08. That's the total amount of money Bill's going to pay. Okay, now let's try an example with tip. It says Georgia went to dinner with her family and spent $95. If they leave a 15% tip, how much will their total bill be? All right, so we need to figure out 15% of what we spent at dinner, and that's going to be our tip. So we're trying to figure out what's 15% of 95, and that's the amount of the tip that I'm going to leave for the waitress. Well, we have done these before with proportions. Let's find 15% of 95. So 15% would be like 15 out of 100, which means if my bill was $100, I'm going to leave $15 for a tip. And the fact that we spent $95, this is really close to 100. So when I solve this, I know my tip should be really close to 15. But it's not out of 100, it's out of 95. And we want to know what out of 95 is like 15%, or is like 15 out of 100. All right, so let's go ahead and cross multiply and solve here. So we're going to do 15 times 95 first. And we get 1425. So if 15 times 95 is that, then 100 times x will also be 1,425. So I can take 1,425 and I can divide by 100 to get x. And I'm going to get 14.25. So $14.25 is the tip. And that is really close to $15. So we know we're probably right here. All right, so they didn't ask to find tip. They asked us to find how much their total bill will be. Remember, tips get added. So we're going to take the bill from dinner, $95, and add the tip to it to get our total bill. And when we do that, we get $109.25. This is our total bill. All right, guys, you are going to go ahead and glue these into your notes.